your Alaska Link weather for Juneau and Southeast.
We have hit the third wave mark of April, and we are noting that overall our numbers so far are sitting at or slightly above normal. But we are noting here as we head into April, we're getting more of this spring feel. However, what we have in place for our Friday is that there is a little bit of some cooler air seeping into what will be some of this precipitation lifting through. So there is some chance to see some areas of those wet snowflakes to mix into some areas of some rain showers. Now looking at low impacts, but it is going to be that reminder that we are still in spring and it can give us these swings of conditions. Now as we battle this cooler potential for Friday, we have a short break on Saturday that may even allow for some areas of some sunshine, but it is going to have us gearing up for the next wave that is going to take hold of early next week with some stronger winds and some heavier rainfall potential. Now what we see here as we head into our Friday, high tide 1:06 into the morning and then 1:24 into the early afternoon. Friday's forecast is about noting that temperatures still not seeing that we're dropping significantly, but we're staying closer to that 30-degree threshold. And again, some cooler upper air elements is what's going to allow for some of those colder snowflakes to even make it into some of our value spots. Now, winds overall not too blustery, but that cooler potential remains for everyone across the panhandle, where we see that higher reflectivity of more of those blue shaded areas. Again, with our elevational changes that we have through much of the panhandle, most of that in our valley spots is expected to be rain showers, but can't rule out some snow mixing in. And then Saturday, there is going to be much less of a concern. Even into Sunday, could we hold on to some drier conditions? Still some maybe lingering moisture trying to squeeze out a spot of a rain to snow shower, but very minor impacts will be expected for Saturday. We even note that precipitation potential to stay under a half an inch, so not a drenching pattern in play here into at least the early weekend forecast. But again, those impacts are expected to increase for early next week. Just continuing to creep over that 14-hour mark for daylight as we now have that before 6 a.m. sunrise, after 8 p.m. sunset. We will stay a little cooler, noting that again we generally stay into the 30s through daytime, might just hit a 40-degree high temperature. And that's panhandle wide. Saturday we are expected to see some breakup of that precipitation potential, which allows for those temperatures to stay more mid to even upper 40s. Now Saturday we are seeing that conditions will start to be changing. What we'll see is that the winds will start to switch. We will have some lingering precipitation, but trending drier. And then Sunday into Monday is where we do increase into some stronger winds. And the next wave is going to be lifting its way in along that front. That is going to increase to the times of some of those moderate rain showers, especially noting Sunday, Monday. And then following that, the river of moisture could continue to keep us active. We'll continue to fine tune those periods of highest impacts, but we will note that we do continue to hang on to the mild temperatures.